What up, gang? But yeah, shout out to y'all, man. We about to try to do a little video, man. I wanted to, if y'all know me, man, I mean, if y'all don't know me, man, y'all feel me? Y'all might know me by a lot of names. I got the gaming channel, big underscore Jenna tools underscore, and then I also got this channel, you feel me? Shout out to y'all. Valentine Massacre, bruh. And then, I got the music, the Valentine Massacre, but y'all might just know me as Valentine also. It's a lot. But I wanted to do a little quick, little easy, little slick, little video about the NBA, bro, because the NBA playoffs is on going on right now, and me personally, I've been excited. I'm enjoying it. I love basketball. I love the NBA. So everything I say in this video is not me saying like it's not me coming like trying to communicate to y'all that I don't like the NBA or that I don't watch it because I do. Um, but this is just, a little food for thought. If y'all don't know me, I'm not a basketball content creator. I play games. I talk about conspiracy. I talk about spirituality, a bunch of other stuff like that. Rap, pop culture. But I do love the NBA. So if y'all ever want me to do any more videos about the NBA, it ain't even got to be about, this exposing and all that stuff. It could be some other stuff too, bro. We could talk about who we think is going to win, who y'all think is the best, whatever. Just let me know. But so this brings me to this. I got a few clips here that I got loaded up, and obviously, I want to watch them, but I ended up getting a lot more videos than I needed. So, what we're going to do is we're probably going to watch one or two of these, maybe three. And if you ask for more, I'll just do the rest of them, or I might record it all now and just break it up. We'll see. But if y'all want more, just let me know, man. Shout out to y'all. But this is Jeremy Lin anyway, bro. Jeremy Lin is really popular overseas where he's from, and then here also. If you ever heard the term Linsanity, this is who they were referring to. So we're gonna have him talk first, and I like the way I like people like him when they talk about NBA stuff because their you know their ability to do conduct business and his name is not so tied to the NBA to where the NBA could destroy him. You know what I'm saying? If you're like a Shaq or something, the NBA, if you was to do anything that the NBA didn't like, it'd be easier for them to make your name, change the meaning of your name, whether it make you a bad person or just a has been or someone who looks stupid because you're so connected to the NBA. They can go back and be like, oh, well, he cheated these games. Oh, he used to do this to teammates. Oh, this, that, and the third. And then the partners that's partnering with the NBA and Shaq, like DraftKings and stuff like that, the NBA could, hey, bro, it's either us or them. You feel me? Not that saying that they would do that, but it would be an easy choice. They're obviously going to pick the NBA. So that's what I'm saying. So this is why I like people like Jeremy Lin and stuff like that because at the end of the day, all the NBA can do is say he's lying, and they can't really do much else. I mean, they can, but by the way, I'm not suicidal.
The line. So check this clip out real quick. I thought
Oh, and I'm ignorant. My bad. By the way, this clip is from like a podcast or something. But the person that y'all just heard talking in this clip is a guy named Black Balloon. I'm gonna I'm gonna show y'all that real quick. Black Balloon, bro. This guy, and then he has another channel called More Black Balloon. If y'all ever like y'all know a lot of conspiracy stuff, like y'all want to get into it, but y'all don't know where to find the deeper stuff, this is the guy you should go to. Shout out to Black Balloon. If you end up seeing this on YouTube, brother, just DM me or something, bro. I really look up to dude.
this was interesting from a former NBA player himself who played alongside Kobe Bryant, who played on the New York Knicks. So his opinion definitely counts. Check this out, y'all.
I'm not going to name the organization because I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but there was one specific game where it really hit me was I had 20 and 10 after three quarters. We are up about 15 to 18. And in the fourth quarter in overtime, I didn't play 1 second. And so I'm looking at the assistant coach watching our lead go down. I have 20 and 10 after three quarters. Like I'm on pace to have a real nice game. And and he goes, "Yeah, we got the call from above. You're done for tonight."
That's
And
crazy.
so I was like, what? Like, who picked up the phone? How'd y'all get on the phone in the middle of the game? And he's like, I'm like, what happened? And, but they got a look from somebody in the crowd was like, nah, it's like, so me and this other player, the other player who was doing, he had like 25 after 3 quarters. They were both like, yo, those two, they're done. And so we ended up losing in overtime. And this was against another team that was also tied for last. And they were trying to get, the best projection and the odds to get the.
Now that's crazy because
All right. Shout out to you, Black Balloon, but I'll take it from here. Now that's light. All right. Some people may say, you know what, that's not really as like, So let's say we go to another clip here, right? I love doing this. Okay. So this is from the actual full podcast, live stream, whatever you want to call it, from Gilbert Arenas. So that's why it's like in the middle. I literally just went in there and found the clip that I remembered. And sometimes I see people post it, but I couldn't like find just the clip itself. So I had to go to the original podcast and then so uh y'all see who these people are, bro. Andre Iguodala and Evan Turner, bro. And then obviously it's on Gil's Arena. They got Gilbert Arenas. I believe Shad is there also. And they're talking about an experience they had during, I believe, a playoff game, an important game, postseason game. So let's see what they got to say.
Like, no funny. Like that's at what level he is playing at for that week. Like that was.
And we tried. I mean, the refs
like,
tried to
no
give,
diss.
listen,
Like
the refs tried to give Cleveland that game. You saw that?
Yes.
I watch everything.
Yes.
All right, so I know I keep stopping it, but just real quick, if y'all didn't understand what he just said, he said they was trying to give Cleveland that game, as in like they, as in you know you feel me, the NBA. Jesus, I'm trying not to be too much, but yeah, the NBA. He's basically saying the NBA wanted to give them this game. That's what he said right there. Because I was showing my homie this, and he didn't understand what he said right there. So just for people at home, if y'all didn't, that's what he
That's
said.
that's at what level he is playing at for that week. Like that was.
And we tried. I mean, the refs tried to give, listen, the refs tried to give Cleveland that game. You saw that?
Yes.
I watch everything.
Yes.
Damn. Oh yeah, we had
Allegedly, they was trying to.
Allegedly. Hey. We had Klay Thompson foul trouble. Yeah, y'all got the 2 quick ones. Get him out. Yeah.
Because I'm playing in the game and it's just one ref. I'm like, fam, I ain't never been disrespected like this in my life. Like, you serious?
For real.
And I got ejected. I got ejected last year. I only been ejected like 2-3 times in my career. And I got ejected for telling the ref, like, fam, I saw Netflix. Like,
yo.
oh, hey.
Yo.
But I was spotlighted.
Boy is talking saucy, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I watched this when it was first viewed. I used to watch Gil's Arena every day. I didn't even really download this. I was just like, oh, they're saying it's rigged. I didn't really even care. This is a little bit more, we put a little bit more nuts on the table than I thought he was. That bro said he seen Netflix referring to the fact that, you know how they do these Netflix documentaries about exposing people. There's the Tim Donaghy one, which Tim Donaghy was a ref that was called, I believe, in the early 2000s. I think it's the early 2000s. My bad. 90s or early 2000s, bro. I'm not that old, bro. I don't remember. I'm just a dude who read about it. But he got called for fixing games, and he was talking about how other refs and the NBA fix games, and it's all like he was basically saying I'm not the only one, which makes sense because how is one dude are you really going to be tricking the players, tricking the fans, and tricking the NBA and tricking the other refs and no one knows? No, that's not realistic, especially when it comes to something that's generating millions of dollars. People pay attention, people are going to know. People are going to know. That's why all these NBA players that got called for fixing games recently got called because it's so easy to know. Like they know. Uh, so yeah, but and then this is what's so crazy about it is that the game he's talking about is against the Golden State Warriors. I'm just now downloading that. That's what he's talking about. Golden State Warriors versus the Cavs. He's talking about how Klay Thompson was quick to get all his fouls. Draymond got all his fouls. They taking them out the game like they were trying to. You feel what I'm saying?
in that.
We all watch Netflix, great show.
I was spotlighted in my actual game.
Yeah.
I fouled out. I had like 6 points. I fouled out. And we played in Philly. Like, me fouling out with 6 points as the franchise player, I'm getting called a bum. And I'm going looking at the refs like, I'm looking at my coach, he's looking at me like, young man, calm down. I'm like, what you mean calm down? Like, what's going on this court right now? Like, I just fouled out and I only played 12 minutes. Like, we down by 40. Kevin Ollie was our leading scorer that game. I'm like, I'm crazy.
KO.
Then when we go into contract negotiations, it was like, well, your bad games are really bad.
Yo, what?
This is supposed to be in the Supreme Court. Am I right or wrong? But if I say, you know, as players, we can't say so. You just got to play along. You got to play the game. But when you think about it, it's like, how many games was this happening?
So, dang, this is a lot more juicier than I remembered it being. Okay, so the implication that he is displaying here is he's basically saying that not only was, you know, that fixed the game, he's fixing the games, you're getting fouls that you shouldn't get to get you out of the game. He's also saying that because of that, when it came time to negotiate, meaning to sign another contract for the team, they were basically saying like, well, in these games you did really, really bad, even though it was very obviously not his fault. And if you know, if you're in this space, if you've been in this space for a little while, and I mean the truth-seeking space, you'll know that basically is them telling him like, you was low-key doing a little lot, like you was talking a little lot, you was like going against the plan. We don't really like that, bro. So get up out of here. And that's what I be trying to tell people about sports, whether it's the NBA or football or anything else. It's not always about who's the best. Just the same way it is in your office building, or if you work at a fast food restaurant or a 5-star restaurant, whatever. The dudes who work over you are not working over you because they're better than you necessarily. They listen more, or they know somebody, or you feel me, they got there at the right time. There's not too much of, unless you're just so good, unless you're just literally the best ever of all time record breaker, you'll get a little bit of leeway. But even still, you won't get as much leeway as the guy who's good and also knows how to follow the script without being told. Without being told is a big part of that.
Real
I'm
shit.
like,
No, you currently have no association with the league, obviously. No,
so.
I mean, because I was betting then.
I looked at my man. I looked at one ref and I'm cool with him. Something happened. I'm like, yo, y'all for real? Y'all cool?
For real?
I was like, y'all good? He was like, I'm like, come on, man. The game over, fam. We gonna win, fam. Like, no, come on, man. Don't do this to me, man. Like, you gonna break my whole spirit. Don't do this.
And they give us sex for it. But did you feel that game, that last game where fouls was being called?
No, I tell people all the time, I was like, listen, the closeout game is the hardest game in your life. And they be like, why?
Okay, so this is the clip that actually has been going like relatively viral. In the truth-seeking community, this is the clip that's going viral. That's about to start right now.
I was like, listen, the closeout game is the hardest game in your life. And they be like, why? And I can't say. I can't say, but I'm like, no, fam, listen, like, this is the hardest game you'll ever play in your life. And EB told you.
Yeah, it's shit. Nah, I'll tell it. Like, go ahead.
You gotta be the.
This is so random. I'm sorry. This is so random. But bro, Evan Turner's voice, bro sound like he's like holding like a loogie in the back right there, and he's just trying not to swallow it or spit it out.
Shit, nah, I'll tell it. Like, go ahead.
You gotta be the vehicle.
The vehicle.
You gotta be the vehicle.
No, it's real though.
No, I remember we were about to play Game 7, 2012. So we were about to play the Celtics or whatever.
Game 7.
So I'm hyped as hell. I'm like, yeah, bro, we got a Game 7. Like, woo out the bam. Like, this is gonna be lit. So Eldon's like, we're gonna have to win by 15 just to win by 1. So I'm like, what you mean? He's like, bro, this is the NBA, it's entertainment. Like, LeBron and the Heat are waiting. would you rather watch the Celtics or the Sixers play the Heat? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm on the team. I wouldn't even watch the Sixers play the Heat type shit. Like,
You gotta appreciate it.
but mind you, I'm young, 22, 23. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? So it's like, so we get in this game. You know how much money the NBA is gonna lose? Like this, type shit. I'm like, I guess like a decent amount. It's like, would you watch that game next week if it was a Heat versus the Sixers? I'm like, nah. It's like, okay then. So like, that's why I'm telling you, take M's and M's from this. I'm like, what? He's like, millions of memories, because this is entertainment.
Damn, that's a bar.
And he said, as long as you know that.
Now, this is the most important part because Iguodala and Turner, bro, they good players. Like if you like basketball, you know NBA, you appreciate these two players. But in the grand scheme, this is not LeBron and Steph Curry. This is not KD and Harden. This ain't even freaking. This ain't even Gobert and freaking Draymond Green. Like this is I don't want to say average players because that's a bit misleading, but you know what I mean. These are not pencil moving guys in terms of ratings and views, maybe in terms of the production on the floor. And even they are like, not only are they aware of it, but they're like more than aware of it. It's like very blatantly told to them, very like this is not a secret that I bumped into because I found the right NBA player. This is like very openly talked about, but kind of a like open secret type of thing. And that's what made me think, if this is what they're telling you, what are they telling LeBron James and Steph Curry and the people like this? What are they telling them? Because if you understand this, you understand the landscape to this extent, yet you didn't really go as high as you wanted to. For the people who did go as high as they wanted to, what did they know? And obviously, skill is a part of that. But you have plenty of people who are not that skilled basketball wise compared to other people who are way more known, treated way better, get way better teams around them, get called for more accolades like all NBAs and stupid stuff like that. Or not all NBAs, but I mean I guess probably that too. I don't know. I don't check all the NBAs. But the All Stars, yeah.
Don't act like your OG ain't tell you.
That's crazy.
That was my second year, 2012. I remember sitting there.
Ellen used to give me crazy.
But that's
things.
it.
No, that's real.
You got to win by 15 because you have
They
to be
win
up
by
so,
one.
You have to be up so much that don't affect it.
And he's just like, they're well aware of the storyline. It's not like nothing like.
He's basically saying that the refs whistle, the ref calling fouls and stuff like that won't affect it. If you're like, if you're, if it's up, if we're, it's the fourth quarter and we're up by 10, and then every time we defend, it's a foul, and they get 2 free throws, and then we come down, we might do something a little dirty. We might, bump shoulder a little bit. They're going offensive foul. We're not going to win. But if we're up by 35 in the fourth, it's going to be a lot harder for them to, change the outcome of the game. That's basically what they're saying.
It's a consumer base. Like, I understand everything. Like, we all love it. But like, when you sit there, it's just real shit to know. When I would go into certain games, I tell young dudes the same thing. Like, yo, we got to win by 15 and win by 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand it. Like, shit, they gotta get that. We all got, and when we go to the union, we all like, how the money turn out? What the money turn out? Like, when y'all ran through everybody early, we
was pissed.
We had to get back something. Like, you know what I mean? And TV money dropped. We like, it's fucking up the league.
Yeah.
It's fucking up the bread.
Because Golden State was.
Ooh. See, now we're past the part where it's like the viral clip. I never heard that part. The implication that after the season's done, he said the union. The union just means all the players. It's the players' union. They came together and was like, how much money did we make this year? Meaning that they're all kind of either directly or indirectly incentivized to go with the plan because we know for a fact that if we just let whoever get into the finals, ain't no Bron, ain't no Curry, ain't no nothing, the views are not going to be as good, which means they're going to start paying us different. Because if y'all don't know, the reason why NBA players are getting paid so much right now is not necessarily just because it's that popular. It's not that. It's because there's so many TV deals. There's so many all these little other deals. They literally got like a contract with every streaming service you ever thought, and then the gambling sites on top of that. So if we're going out there and we're not putting on a good product, we're not we're not giving the people the players they want to see, and we're not giving them the players they want to bet on, and we're not doing X, Y, and Z, eventually, contracts gonna start getting smaller again because that's how much y'all worth, respectfully. I mean, literally, it's literally yard at minimum worth $5 million, so there shouldn't even be an offense to that. But people get weird because they're insecure. Uh, yeah,
The hardest. You got
I think that's enough of this clip. But that's why that's why I was like, okay. And this is just me being from like a casual level because at the end of the day, to me personally, I watch a lot of stuff about a lot of things, religion, culture, society, history, all types of like mind-bending, altering things that makes me feel like I'm not real sometimes and I can't connect with humans anymore. Genuinely. That's not even a joke. So with that being said, if the NBA is rigged, I don't care. I love the NBA. I love watching it. But if no one in the world ever dribbled or shot a basketball ever again, I would not care. I would be perfectly okay. So I never really put too much onus into it, but then I started to realize a different aspect of this because if the NBA is rigged, and when we say rigged, it's a loose term. It's not necessarily that like every single game, like, oh, we know who's gonna win. We know that you're gonna get this many points. We know it's not. That's not what we're saying. We're not saying it's like a show. We're saying that it's rigged, meaning it's harder for certain people to do certain things, and it's easier for other people to do other things. That's all it literally means. If you're on a team and y'all ain't got and then the thing is that people that makes me angry that about the situation, about the conversation, is that when people deny the riggedness of the NBA, yet they will literally sit there and say things that proves that it is rigged. They will literally sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, like let's say freaking the Pacers this year, right? Let's say the Pacers is going against the Wizards, and you like, bro, the Pacers is gonna win, obviously. Then they lose. The Pacers lose. You know what they're gonna say? Well, yeah, they are tanking. Yeah, they're tanking. They're intentionally losing games. That is a rig. Off top, that is a rig. 100%, that is a rig. This is not a fair game. We're not watching two teams that's trying to win. We're watching one trying to lose and one going to get an easy win. That is a rig. Off top. And then they'll say stuff like let's say OKC. Sorry if y'all don't know any of these teams, but let's say if OKC goes against I'm trying to think of a good team that don't got like a real big star. I don't know if we even have that right now. The Portland. Let's say OKC going against Portland, right? And they're beating them on the free throws. They'll be like, "Yeah, man, this is why Portland needs to get a star so they can get their free throws." Like the NBA commentators will say this. The freaking TNT with Shaq and all of them will say it. Like it's very blatant, but that is a rig. You're telling me that I can't get the rules. I can't. The rules are not applied to me the same they're applied to this other team because they have someone who's more popular. That's literally what you're saying. That is a rig. So that's why I never understood why people argue about the if it's rigged or not. Like off the top, it's rigged, but I'm trying to explain it into a deeper level. But there's no logical way you could say it's not rigged. Like it is. And then don't even get me started on the draft lottery. Jesus Christ. Like the draft lottery is so rigged that no one even acts like it isn't rigged. Like the players, even LeBron James said it was rigged. Like why LeBron go to Cleveland? Why Cooper go to Dallas? Why this? Why that? Why this? And then even when you don't even when you don't get the rig off the lottery, that person still ends up going to the perfect team anyway. You get your Kobe's, you get your, you feel me? Kobe was over here having an LA hat on before he got to LA, bro. He got drafted by somebody else and had an LA hat on. Like he knew. Like, all right, let me quit talking too much, bro. But yeah. But yeah, so okay. Now, I want to be done here. I don't even know how long I've been recording, but we're gonna throw a little extra thing on here. We're gonna throw an extra one because while I was looking for the clips that I remembered, I still couldn't find some. There was still who was it? It was still Mook on 520 and some other people. I'm sorry that I forget who it was, but they were talking about the demonic side of getting big in the NBA. And we'll talk about that another time if y'all want to. Like we'll get deeper. Like trust me, this is very, 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 very surface level. There are groups of people who do wicked things in the NBA. I'll just leave it at that. If y'all want more, then y'all just gotta let me know in the comments. But while I was looking for these clips anyway, and I couldn't find some of them, I seen this. Wait, this one. The NBA refs have rigged the finals again. This is referring to last year. I was like, that's interesting, but I didn't watch this. I've never seen this, but I watched the finals last year. So, and I'm trying to. I was thinking back. I'm like, I don't know. Like, was it rigged? What happened? Because obviously SGA is a foul merchant, respectfully. It doesn't mean he's not good, but he just is. Whether he's trying to or not, the refs give him way more fouls. They let his team get away with way more fouls. That's just the truth. They're the rigged team that they want to win this year. You feel me? Which is, you know, whatever. But anyway, I watched it and I didn't notice anything being so blatant besides just SGA, but SGA was like this all season, so I don't get it. But I want to see where he's coming from. So we might throw this in as an extra. I might make it a second video. We'll see.
The Pacers were taking control of the NBA Finals.
Siakam down the lane, kicks it inside for Toppin. Largest lead of the game.
Up 2-1, at home, playing with confidence, crowd roaring. OKC was cooked. The biggest upset in over a decade was about to happen. Unfortunately, they forgot to game plan for him. From phantom fouls to game-changing whistles, officiating has tainted countless playoff moments. It's sad, it cheapens the game, and it casts a shadow over the entire league. But once again, the NBA is at the center of a controversy. This time, in the heart of the 2025 finals. And just like that, the course of NBA history may have changed forever. Game 4 felt like their Game 7. And losing that, with Halliburton out.
Also, people always be telling content creators to not like get ad blocker or something. That's terrible. You're literally, if I'm gonna use your video, I'm gonna support you. They're gonna see your name and I'm gonna give you your ad revenue. But so off top, right? Off top, I remember people saying that this NBA, like this was like a talking point everywhere, like on NBA ran media like ESPN and stuff like that, but then even in like the smaller basketball spaces where people usually just praise basketball and they don't really do too much of hating because they see the ESPN as like the big evil dudes that just do nothing but hate. But everyone was talking about how this finals was going to be terrible. Dang, the Indiana Pacers, bruh, they ruining it. They not supposed to be up here. Like literally, they was saying like this is gonna be the worst finals. It's gonna be the least watched finals ever. Like that was the biggest talking point. Even to the point where Adam Silver came out and was like, oh, I'm so jealous of the NFL because when it's the Super Bowl, they don't do this. It doesn't matter if it's two small teams or two big teams. It's the Super Bowl. It's a holiday. I just wish that we had that same type of, which he is right. I do think people was just like, bro, shut up. Like, bro, it's Indiana. It's a small team. You're literally just saying that because you heard somebody in ESPN say that, and now you're trying to say it to sound like you're on the same thinking level as them. But literally, it doesn't matter if you're the only person watching this. You're not gonna make no money. You yourself do not make any revenue off of this. So if it's two small markets, that shouldn't even matter to you. Is the basketball gonna be good? But I'm digressing. Uh, I remember them saying that, and I remember thinking to myself, is SGA, are they trying to make SGA the new face of the league? And this is how you know they want you to be a face of the league, right? First of all, you're gonna go get a championship. Not saying that they could just make that happen. You got to be good, and then you're gonna have to have a good team. But the NBA is gonna make it a little easier for you to have a good team. They're gonna make it a little easier for you to get not get the right calls. So you're going to do that, but it's not even about that necessarily because they can't always rig it to what they want. And plus, they want it to be random every now and again. It's the accolades they give you when you win. That is a big part of this. Steph Curry. People always wonder why Iguodala got that Finals MVP and it's not Steph Curry because Steph Curry wasn't supposed to be there, and we didn't want to make it look like Steph is the new face, so he doesn't get it. Uh, Jason Tatum, bro. Why did oh dude, Jalen Brown get it? Because Jason is not. They don't want him to be the face of the league. You know what I'm saying? If the Spurs end up winning this, Wemby might get it because I think they are pushing Wemby too. They usually do have two faces of the league. That's what people don't talk about. People just they usually have two faces of the league. There's a good one and there's an evil one. And then once history goes, the evil one gets forgotten. But there's always the one person that they got to go against. Like, we're going against. And then with Kobe, the reason why Kobe stopped getting all his stuff is because for some reason he fell out of favor. I don't know if it was some background brotherhood stuff, if you know, you know, or if I don't know if it was just because people like to say because he had that little lawsuit action, little exposure with that woman that happened that they try to do it because the press was bad. But I highly doubt that. Like there's so many other basketball players that was doing so much crazy stuff and the NBA would do whatever it took to cover it up and it was cool. Like they would act like it didn't happen. So, and it's Kobe. Is literally, in my opinion, the best player of all time. If we're just talking about straight player, no accolades, none of that, just straight player. Kobe to me is literally Goku. He's literally Bruce Lee. Like you only get certain type of people like that in a certain field every hundreds of years. He's the GOAT to me. Uh, with a special shout out to Iverson because he's my favorite. But yeah, I'm digressing. Sorry, basketball talk.
Out dealing with a calf strain, their chances are slipping fast. Just look at these odds. Most people see OKC closing it in.
He just tricked me with an ad, chat. I thought he was trying to say, and this is how you. I thought he was like, so when you look at these odds and you look at this, bro, just hit me with an ad, bro. I'm already. Come on, gang. I'm already watching ads. We ain't promoting that on here. And I'm not against sports betting, but we just not supporting that on here. Unless y'all want to pay me, or y'all come pay me and we can talk about it. But
NBA referees are supposed to be
I ain't
neutral.
gonna lie. The betting things, that's a whole nother kettle of fish, which I wouldn't mind getting into. I ain't gonna lie, like whatever y'all want me to get, basketball, Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster, quantum physics, history, religion, spirituality, philosophy, literally any of that, bro. Rap. If y'all want to get into that, just put it in the comments, bro. Like it is whatever. I'll literally drop another video tomorrow if I have to. It is no thing.
No
I already
bias, no agenda, just
stream
call the game
twice and do all
straight.
this other stuff.
But one referee has become impossible to ignore. His name is Scott Foster. widely known around the league as the Extender. Over the years, he's built a reputation for controversial whistles, the kind that just happen to stretch playoff series, protect certain stars, etc.
The extender. Pause.
etc. Earlier this season in a Knicks game, Scott was seen limping around the court, and by the end of the third quarter, he couldn't continue. Calf injury. The NBA world wished him a speedy recovery, but fans
Oh my God, that's funny, bro. That's funny. You got a calf injury, bro. Or you old. But it seemed like he's going to say it's cap.
The NBA world wished him a speedy recovery, but fans were probably thinking, maybe, just maybe, the playoffs would feel a little more fair this time. Now, fortunately, the calf healed, but unfortunately, so did his whistle. In Game 1 of the second round, the Nuggets stole a win from OKC, and if they had managed to steal another one, OKC would have been dead in the water. But here's the thing. OKC isn't just another playoff team. They've got the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a player the league is clearly invested in to become the future face of the league. So, Game 2? It mattered. A lot. If Denver went up 2-0, the series was basically over. But guess who just so happened to suit up for Game 2? Yeah, that's right, Scott Foster. And the man didn't miss a single beat. I mean, 11 free throws for SGA, Jokic fouled out, and a blowout game. Denver never stood a chance. Series extended. Now, here's where it gets even more suspicious. So, the other game Scott Foster officiated in this series was Game 7, another blowout. Then, what was the next OKC game he showed up for? Game 2 versus Minnesota, another dominant win. And once again, SGA lived at the line, 15 free throw attempts. That's 3 for 3 when Foster's involved with OKC. And what about after that? He wasn't on the floor, but for Game 2 of the NBA Finals against the Pacers, he was working in the replay center. And yes, OKC won that game too. That's 4 for 4. Then came Game 4, a golden chance for the Pacers to take a commanding 3-1 lead and all but shut the door on OKC. But, as soon as I saw Scott Foster was officiating, I knew something was about to go down. But I wasn't the only one. People were literally changing their predictions the moment his name got announced.
Now, keep in mind that Tim Donaghy, the one who actually was investigated by the FBI and all that about fixing games, said there was other ones that did the same thing he does. They're just doing what the NBA tells them. Keep that in mind too. And then here's Gil again. Somebody, Gil again. Boy got an island. Pause. But see, now talking about islands is weird. Like I was thinking, like, bruh, everyone when you was a kid, like, bro, when I'm rich, I'm gonna buy an island. Now you just sound like a weirdo when you say that. But Gil over here played in the NBA. Even he knows. People know.
Changing their predictions the moment his name got announced.
If Scott is here, it's extended. So let me go ahead and put the real jersey on.
I expected Foster to leave his fingerprints all over this game, and it didn't take long. In the second quarter, he hits Obi Toppin with a flagrant foul. Now, from every angle, it looked like a hard playoff foul. That's it. Nothing dirty. Nothing crazy. In fact, it looks like Caruso sorta jumps into him a bit as well. Even the commentators didn't think it was going to be a flagrant.
Well, we all agreed with Steve Javy, and we don't agree with Scott Foster. Now, he comes in, it's a hard shove, but again, as Steve Javy pointed out, the player was not in a vulnerable position.
And I thought the left hand going at the ball was enough to make it like he's making a play on the ball.
After that call was made, though, was the moment I said to myself, here we go. And sure enough, the fourth quarter delivered exactly what I feared. SGA was untouchable. Every whistle went his way. Now, to be fair, the Pacers didn't help themselves by missing free throws and playing like garbage down the stretch. But let's be honest, they were playing 8-on-5 with the way Scott Foster and his crew were calling this one. Like, seriously, how is this a shooting foul? Chet spins into Nesmith, and suddenly he's getting free throws? Everyone was stunned. Soon after that, the SGA parade to the line began. 8 free throws. The man took 8 free throws in the fourth quarter. Steph Curry averaged 18 shots a game this season, and he only averaged 4 free throws per game. Yet, here was SGA taking 8 in the fourth quarter alone. And those calls? Just soft. Ticky-tack. Fouls you'd never see get called against OKC. And to make it worse, this was the dagger of the game.
Alexander spins, turns, shoots, and a foul.
Shout out to all the cancer survivors.
A bad shot by SGA where he got bailed by the whistle. There was barely any contact, marginal at best, but it sealed the game. That's 5 for 5. Every time Scott Foster was involved in an OKC game this postseason, they won. 5 for 5. Tell me that's not suspicious.
He did. So if it's 5 for 5, but they played more than 5 playoff games, they still won the majority of the playoff games. You know what I'm saying? It's not like guaranteeing 5 wins is going to make you win the whole series. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's really not that suspicious on its own. But those calls in itself, on top of the history, is enough for me to definitely be able to question the integrity of Mr. Guy here.
One of the most controversial refs ever just happens to work a key game that gets decided at the line. But then, to make it worse, he even threw out a fan just for calling him Tim Donaghy. The fans weren't quiet about it either. Social media.
I'm so stupid that I'm sitting here like, dang, does he not like people calling him by his government? Like, oh, that isn't Tim Donaghy. I swear to God, I was like, bro, why is he tripping? Oh, that ain't Tim Donaghy.
Exploded. Thread after thread of people who watched the game live, all saying the same thing. Now, sure, some people will pull up stats and say, look, Scott Foster's not biased. The numbers are balanced. But come on, he's not dumb. You think someone like that is going to make it obvious? If you're going to cheat, you don't make it obvious. You plan every move. You run the scenarios in your head over.
To be honest, though, that's a good point to make, because I feel like too many times when we see people doing stuff like this, whether it's rigging this or politics or just cases that are like public and people's like taking the evidence in, people always seem to make it seem like everyone's stupid. That's like the people that's in control. That's like the biggest weapon they have in all walks of life. If they say something happened in the past and it don't make sense, oh well, they were stupid. If they built something we think it's for something else, oh they were stupid. Politicians keep doing bad things, oh it's because they're stupid. The legal system is stupid. We can't make no money, oh because the economics are just stupid. Like everything is just stupid. No one has like Everyone wants to make it seem like this isn't an intelligent design. You know what I'm saying? It's an intelligent design. Everything is, especially stuff that's bringing in multi-millions, probably even billions a year, and has been doing at the very least millions for decades. And by decades, I mean like 6, 7, 8 decades. It's not doing that by accident because it's just stupid, and it just keeps on, rig this, and it just keeps on being problems, but because we're stupid, but we just keep making millions. Like, no, we're intelligent and we have designs, we have fail safes, and that's why we continue to make great money no matter how, whatever it is, whether it's steroid scandals, uh scandals, it don't matter, bro. Assaults, essays, and I ain't talking about no freaking, writing prompt. Like, all of that is cool. We still gonna make our money because it's intelligent. It's not because, we're just stupid.
Over and over. You make sure the numbers look clean. Nothing that raises red flags, but just enough to shift the outcome when it matters. I mean, if I were a corrupt ref, I wouldn't just cheat. I'd make it look like I never touched a thing. Like, players in the league don't just call him the extender for no reason, you know? Take Game 6 of the 2016 NBA Finals, for example. A potential Game 7 between the Warriors and the Cavs meant massive ratings. And, sure enough, it became the most watched NBA game since the Jordan era. But in that Game 6, Steph Curry was hit with a string of soft, ticky-tack fouls, and eventually fouled out. And who was officiating that game? Scott Foster. Now, some people might say, well, if he's always extending series, then why didn't he push the 2021 finals to Game 7? Simple. He hates Chris Paul. The bias here isn't even hidden. It's straight up legendary. I mean, Chris Paul has a career winning percentage around 60%, but in games officiated by Scott Foster, it drops down to 10%. 10%. And if that wasn't enough, Foster is directly tied to the biggest referee scandal in NBA history. During the height of the Tim Donaghy betting scandal, Foster had a shockingly close relationship with Donaghy, the convicted felon and disgraced ex-ref.
134 calls between Foster and Donaghy in 7 months. That's a lot of calls, gang. And it's before bets being played. So obviously they're giving you see, okay, so this is where you take stuff we know now for sure, even though we've been knowing it. But if you're a person who needs official people to come tell you because you're just one of those people, I guess, then we know the FBI just told us, like, okay, this person was gambling, this person was gambling, this person was gambling. Turns out it's not that unrelated. They're all connected to this crime family. And then this person was passing this person information and blah blah blah. So then you take that and then you bring it back. This is the original version of that. These guys are giving each other information, but I guess since it's between the refs and the NBA, it's cool. It's allowed to, because the refs are working for the NBA. The players are too, but they're really working for themselves. Like, they're out here shooting shots and getting rebounds because they want to get paid the most amount of money and be famous and get paid money outside of that, record shoe deals and stuff like that. The refs, on the other hand, are like me and you. Like, they go clock in, they got a job. If they When they do whatever the NBA tells them to do, is the only way to progress. It's the only way. You could be the best ref. Like, you never missed a call. No one cares. That's not going to get you nowhere. If you're a basketball player and you don't ever miss a shot, though, you can get some more leeway. Even if you're doing something the NBA doesn't want you to do, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's not like that with these guys. They can't. Oh, but I'm just such a good ref. They're not going to get rid of me. Like, no, they don't need good refs. They need refs that listen. Uh, Call before and after fixed games. Foster officiated games. Oh, Foster officiated games that Donaghy bet on. Okay, so at that point, to me, that just seals the deal. It's like 100%. Some people be needing more detail. That's it was already like 90%, but now it's just like you can't tell me different now.
Is the NBA actually giving him the green light to extend series? Is he really favoring certain players over others? We'll never get a straight answer from the league. This is the kind of secret they'll take to the grave. But Tim Donaghy, the former NBA referee who went to prison for betting on games, said something that makes a lot of sense.
My bad on that. But and this is true. A lot of people like to make it seem as though the NBA or the government or the whoever they're trying to figure out the secrets of is going to just come out and tell them one day. Like they'll have 1,000 pieces of evidence that is like right there, like you can touch it, and they'll be like, yeah, but I guess we'll never know. Like, what are you waiting on? You waiting for them to come tell you? Are you waiting for the evil people to come out and be like, hey, I'm doing evil stuff right now and I'm about to go do this, and all that stuff that you was thinking about was correct for you to know? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just at that point you don't know anything. At that point, how do you know that freaking oxygen is H2O? You ain't never got a microscope and really broke that down and really seen the chemical you ain't did that. You feel me? How you know beaches is real if you live in Wyoming and you ain't never left? You ain't never seen a beach. How you know a beach is real at that point? You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta at some point use your brain. Like that's basically what I'm saying. At some point you gotta use your brain, bro. Like at that point, I don't know if whales exist. I ain't never seen one. Like, you know what I'm saying?
NBA referees understood it was in their best interest to protect the league's stars. Players like Kobe, LeBron, and Shaq were rarely called for fouls because fans paid top dollar to see them on the court, not sitting on the bench. Referees who followed this unwritten rule were rewarded with playoff games, bigger paychecks, and more respect. Favoritism wasn't just accepted, it was incentivized.
Like John Travolta. But yeah, and this is basically what I was thinking. Like, we're not finna like I told you, they say that. Like if you don't got the you need your franchise guys so y'all can get to the foul line and da 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 da. They say this. Like the NBA says this. Is not even like a conspiracy thing.
So, when it comes to the NBA and officiating, I don't think Adam Silver is making late night phone calls and whispering, "Do it." This isn't a mafia movie. There's too much at stake. If that kind of call or email ever leaked, it could collapse a billion-dollar empire. Instead, I think it's exactly how Tim described it.
That's why I told y'all that earlier, bro. I wasn't even gonna get into this until because this like applies to all types of everything in the world, which I'll get into that another day if y'all want. But the idea of when I told y'all they don't want people that's good. They want people that know that does what they want them to do. And I was like, without being told. Without being told is a big part of that. This is what I'm talking about. So that's it's a lot to go into it. I'm gonna just cut it here though. I ain't gonna keep y'all all day, man. Uh, but I appreciate all y'all coming through, man. Whatever y'all want me to talk about next video, or if y'all got some ideas, just let me know. I got my own ideas too. So if y'all don't tell me nothing, I still got it. But if y'all give me something that I'm not planning, it'll be a better video because I might tell you some stuff you ain't never heard. I might see some stuff I ain't never seen, and it'll be that's how new thoughts, that's how you elevate to a new level of understanding of reality, where things really start to break down to the like finer, you feel me, fractalizations of the bigger picture bars. Peace and love to the Most High, man. Peace and love to all of y'all. Hope all is well with y'all as it is with me. That's my outro. I do it all the time. I'm a Twitcher. I'm done, I think. Shout out to Black Balloon. Shout out to all these people. Hoop Reports. Dyslexia came out, said that backwards. Gills Arena, all of them. But big shout out to Black Balloon, bro.